Hi everyone, I'm Invisible Crane, and it's time for another rant. This time I'm going to rant about a particular person, YouTuber, whoever out there who's caused quite a bit of a stir in the past few months, or more like the past year. I'm not sure how long this has been going on for. And I have my reasons for wanting to talk about this particular individual. Now, in case you're wondering who I'm talking about, I'm of course referring to Spax3. Now, if you haven't seen any other videos on Spax3, I'll give you the story. Basically, Spax3 was this YouTuber who did video game reviews on YouTube in the wake of the success of the Angry Video Game Nerd, which shouldn't come as a surprise because a lot of people came to do video game reviews in the wake of the success of the Angry Video Game Nerd, like Armic21 and Spoony1 and who else? Oh, there's so many to name. Oh, Urinating Tree's another. But let's focus on Spax first. Spax mainly focused on reviewing the Sonic games, because he's a fan of the Sonic the Hedgehog games. Now, I'm a fan of those games too. Now, I can remember, I think back in like 1991 or after that, getting a Mega Drive or Genesis for you Americans for Christmas, and Sonic the Hedgehog was one of the first games I got for it. So I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with him reviewing Sonic games. And what was his first review? Or at least, what was his earliest review as far as I know? The 2006 Sonic the Hedgehog game for the Xbox 360 and then later on for the PlayStation 3, which was considered to be one of the worst games to come out that year. But then again, when it came to that, people were torn between it was the worst because it was rushed and unfinished, or it was the worst because Sega promoted bestiality because of the whole Sonic Princess Elise relationship. Which, by the way, is total bullshit. I mean, it's not like they have sex with each other in that game. Anyway, I'm kind of going off topic, but then again, that's another rant for another day. Spax3 reviews the game. He pretty much criticizes it and trashes it every chance he can. However, he does spend a bit of time, a bit more than what you'd expect, talking about the voice acting, particularly the voice of Sonic. Now, the whole voice of Sonic voice controversy thing is also another rant for another day. And let's be honest, it's just stupid. I mean, they care more about the voice of Sonic than they do the actual quality of the games. Lighten up and get a grip, you people. I guess most of you did, but Spax certainly didn't. He took the opportunity in that review to trash Jason Griffith, the current voice of Sonic, and compare him to Ryan Drummond, the previous voice of Sonic in the games. Basically, as far as Spax was concerned, Jason Griffith sucked and doesn't fit Sonic, and Ryan Drummond fits Sonic perfectly. Really? Should it really matter? I mean, yes, voice acting... Actually, no, voice acting doesn't really make or break a game. Yes, bad voice acting can kind of ruin a game somewhat, but not totally. I mean, we wouldn't have played Resident Evil if it had... We wouldn't have played Resident Evil if the voice acting was... Oh, how am I going to put this? Look, you might know about Resident Evil's voice acting. It was horrible. Yet the game itself was still good. If that's an example. So Spax trashed the game, finished his review, and we all thought that was going to be it for him trashing Jason Griffith. His next review, he trashed Griffith again. And subsequent reviews, he goes on to trash Jason Griffith every chance he can. Now, I do realize that Jason Griffith is part of 4Kids' stable of voice actors, and I know 4Kids are probably the most hated dubbing company out there. But let's not go into 4Kids, let's go on to Jason Griffith and the rest of the Sonic voice cast. I cannot begin to imagine how much they have to put up with from these particular fans. I mean, I'll never understand voice actors who do anime and video games. All the shit they have to put up with these elitist fans. They're just doing a job, people. I mean, you can still watch it in Japanese if the option's available, so why? Okay, maybe that's not always the case with the Sonic games. I'm just trying to say that Jason Griffith had to go through a lot, particularly from Spax. Oh, by the way, Spax did more than just complain about Jason Griffith. He went on to start up a campaign to boycott the Sonic games. Or, if not start up, be a major contributor to it. He also, I don't know if he created this or also contributed to it, a campaign to get Brian Drummond as the voice of Sonic for Super Smash Bros. Brawl, which didn't work. Now, as far as the whole voice thing is concerned, Spax3 claims he's okay with Jason Griffith now as a person. He still thinks he's terrible at Sonic, but he's not as mad at him as he once was. But there's more to Spax3 than just this obsession over Jason Griffith. And basically, Spax3 is called a man-child, and I'm not surprised why, given what I've learned about him. I've only really learned more about Spax over the past few weeks. I always just saw him as a video game reviewer who hated Jason Griffith. A little bit obsession over a certain thing, much like how Armic21 is obsessed about how we should all play the PlayStation 3, if you get my drift on that. So Spax has somehow managed to become one of the most ridiculed people on YouTube. And you know what? I'm not surprised. I mean, why is he doing this? It was one thing to complain about Jason Griffith a lot, but now this whole copywriting stuff, him having videos parodying him removed because they violate copyright, when really he just doesn't like people complaining about him or making fun of him, much like what the Irate Gamer did as well. Spax3, you really need to grow up. That's all I gotta say. Just grow up, will ya? And honestly, I still think you want Jason Griffith outed as the voice of Sonic. I mean, it's on the internet. You can't hide it. You hated Jason Griffith with a passion back then, and you still hate him now. You may be happy, you may be okay with him as a person, but how do I know that? How do any of us know that? And you know what, Spax3 was one of the many inspirations for me to do videos on YouTube. Armic21 was the main one, along with Spoonie1 and the Nostalgia Critic. They're the other big reasons I wanted to do videos on YouTube. But I know they do review videos and I'm doing rant videos, but I want to do videos like them too. But really, Spax, I just lost a lot of respect for you with what you've done. And like I said, there are other people out there who've done videos on Spax, like Games Good Me Bad, aka Jim81Jim, Boomstick545's done commentaries on his reviews, and other people have made fun of Spax or just talked about Spax. Oh, Hellsing920 also did a rant on Spax3. They can explain this better than I could. I just wanted to get my thoughts on this out. Anyway, that's about it for me. I'll see you all later, people.